Hi guys, it's Karen. Welcome back to my garden. It's the end of February now, so it's about 4 weeks since you were last here. So I'm going to do another garden tour, just have a look at how things are coming on, what's developing, what's changing. It's been a really mild February here in the UK, well, at least in the south of the UK. I've had temperatures up to about 16 degrees, which is ridiculous for this time of year. And it's also been really rainy as well. So I think the garden is maybe 2 to 3 weeks ahead of where it is normally at this time of year. But yeah, I'll take you around, have a bit of a chat about the things that I'm seeing, and I hope you enjoy. You might remember last month I was talking about the origerons which needed cutting back, so I have done that, and one of the benefits of that is that it means that I can see the little bulbs which are in here. So the pest that I suffer with probably the most in this garden is foxes, and here is a nice little example of their handiwork. They do love to kind of dig for grubs and things, so obviously I'll be sorting this out, but yeah, I just wanted to show you what I have to contend with, and they also quite like to do it in the flower beds as well and dig up the bulbs, and dahlia tubers are a particular favourite of theirs. So I think I showed you the grasses last time, or just kind of hovered on them. They're calamagrostis, so I've now cut them back, and you can see that the green shoots are just beginning to appear here. There's beginia, elephant's ears, I think they're also called. They do really well in this little patch, and I quite like the way that they kind of contrast with both the choicea and also the euphorbia behind them as well. It's one of my favourite little signs of spring. It's the buds just coming through on the crabapple tree, and the eagle-eyed amongst you might be wondering why I've got a whisk in my tree, but I've been using that to feed the parakeets. If I pop a couple of apples in there, they enjoy eating them, so yeah, that's why that's there. So the crocuses in the meadow are coming into flower now. To be honest, I got a bit battered. We had hail here yesterday, and they got a little bit battered by that, but I still really like them. They cheer me up in the mornings. So it's pretty frosty still down this bottom end of the garden. It's a bit of a frost hollow. It doesn't really get too much sun during the winter months, but you can probably see the ground is really quite weedy. Like I said, I think we're a couple of weeks ahead of where we normally are, but I'm going to have to get on top of weeding this pretty soon. So I think I've mentioned before, the bottom area of my garden is pretty wild. I let it to do what it wants to do, really. I kind of add a few bits and pieces occasionally, like that 9 bark that I moved down here, which suspiciously isn't showing too much signs of life, so I'm still keeping my fingers crossed for that. So at the very end of the garden, in the end of the wild bit, There's a dead hedge, which basically is just all of the kind of cuttings from the shrubs that I cut back, and also my very makeshift kind of compost area, which I've used a couple of old storage boxes which were under the decking, which just weren't being used at all, but they seem to do the job. So yeah, that's my Heath Robinson attempt at some compost bins. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do check back again in March when hopefully things will be a bit further along. Hopefully I would have done the weeding by then and also sorted out the fox damage. And if you did enjoy the video, please do like and subscribe.